Welcome to Reseller Recap, where we talk all things reselling across multiple platforms. Join us for real-life discussions on how we crush the elusive work-life balance. Grab a coffee and join us now.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Reseller Recap. And today we are going to talk about clearance shopping. We have just come out of, Q4 and it's the start of Q1 and it's kind of my favorite time of year. I'm going to say I really enjoy this season. So let's kind of jump into it and share what we've been up to and maybe drop some things that we've been buying. So who wants to start?
Wait, hold on. Welcome back to award-winning
Reseller
Recap.
Yes. I'm going to have to change the intro.
Yeah. Anyway.
Jen, I feel like you should be talking about this because me and Morgan have no money. So our butts have been home, but you've been out running around. So you should start this one.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Yes. Like this last week, one day I went to 25 stores.
Crazy.
And the next day I went to 30. But you have to remember, I've been doing this, this is going to be year 5 for me. Like I now know what sells, when things go on clearance, what stuff sells kind of throughout the year, what's worth buying while it's on clearance versus like full price. So I have my list and I just go. I also know, like by doing RA this long, I know my area and I know where they put the clearance. Like I can walk in that store, I walk straight to that aisle and I know like the spot. Like I guess when it's this time when they drop stuff so significantly, especially like end of year things, some of the toys, some of the grocery things, I don't just wander looking for hidden clearance. I just know I was like on a mission for certain items, but this stuff, the good thing is like some of it will linger. Like it'll be March and I'm going to find something on the shelf that somebody shoved behind and you're going to see it and be like, oh, I found something. But also come July, they're going to clearance again. Like there's just certain times throughout the year that are really good for clearance that are not just like, I can only buy 10 of this and the other stores don't have it. It's, hey, I can buy 20 of it at this store and 30 at this store and 20,
right.
Yeah.
Kind
of go.
So. And we always hear the complaint, you walk into Hobby Lobby August 1st and they have Christmas out.
Yeah.
And tomorrow they'll have swimsuits out. And in our world, that's normal because we're already thinking about summer. But in a lot of people's worlds, they're like, wait a minute, we're not even through winter. But that's how we capitalize because they want to get stuff out of the way very quickly. Mm-hmm. So they're willing to lower the price significantly. And we swoop in all that stuff. You're like, wait a minute, why do we have swimsuits? Where was the winter coats? Well, we bought them.
Yep.
So we understand the clearance cycle. And instead of getting angry about it, go to the store and buy it. Beat us.
It's there. Like I hate, my biggest pet peeve when it comes to clearance is like people have walked by it 6 times. And as soon as they see me starting to put in my cart, they come swarming. And I was like, can I tell like a quick story?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I found this one thing and I found like a bunch of boxes of it, right? And so I had been kind of out of the clearance game a little bit because from school, back to school on, like I'm buying stuff at full price. Like I just don't really pay attention to clearance during that time. That's not my clearance buying time, right? I'm buying full price. So I was like, okay, well, I'll pick up a box, count it, because I like to use like scan and go and then like put it into my phone so I don't have to go to the register and I'm that person holding up the line and stuff. I like to just have it and so I can quickly check out. So I grab it and then this couple like is making comments about everything I take and they go and take a big giant box, this older couple. And I'm like, they're not going to use that. Like there's no way they need 100 and something of that item. Like I could just feel it in my bones. My cart was full. So I was like, it's fine. I'm going to go load my cart. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going back in because I bet you they put that back on the shelf as soon as I walked away. I remember I texted you guys. I was like, people, I could just tell they just didn't want me to have it. Like they were just on a mission to not have me take it all. I go back in and sure enough, that box that they had to have and they literally like pushed me out of the way to grab a box. There it is. And I bought it all and I walked out.
And people are so petty because think about how long that actually sat on the shelves
Right.
before we pick it up. Because we don't usually pick it up till it's like dirt cheap. Like we're not paying more than $5 for stuff. No. So like that means this item has probably been sitting on the shelves for almost a year, realistically. And like now you want to be petty about it. Like now you want it.
Times right by it, and as soon as I touched it, they had to go for it. And I'm like,
irritating. So irritating. And then they never even want it.
No.
Yeah, that happens a lot in stores. As soon as you start paying attention to a product, everyone's like, wait a minute, what did I miss? You didn't miss anything. Oh my God.
I told you, I've barricaded myself before. I've taken 2 carts and barricaded myself around the shelf and started putting it in the cart because I'm like, I just can't with people. Like, I can't. Because there's some like, I don't, what do you call it? Can't even think of the word, but you know what I mean? It's like that.
It's like some like psychological, like
yeah, like some crazy FOMO thing. Like I must have that too. It must be such a good deal. Like,
yes, that's how it is with, we can't even really sell it anymore, but like kids clothes. I feel like in like baby clothes, when I would find those deals to resell where it's like $1.50 and I'm just like filling carts up, like everybody's like running over there like, oh, but it's like realistically speaking, you have like one kid. So like how many pairs of shorts or how many of the same color, by the way, like are you going to actually go through? They take one and then they're like, and like move on with their lives. And I'm just like,
it is really weird. It's weird how it attracts people. I prefer to go really early, which I hate getting up early, so that has not been happening lately. But I'm a night owl, and I like to go stores close at 11. I'm there at like 10:15.
Yeah, you are.
Because no one's there. I can take time, relax about it. And then it's just like the process is a little bit easier for me. Not that if people ask or get in the way or anything, but that just takes time to process that kind of stuff. And when you go to the store at like after everyone's getting off of work, it's just terrible to get out. So that's the beauty of like what I do is I'm awake at 10, 11. That's when I feel like probably I'm in my prime. And I run around and shop and have fun. And Morgan's asleep, so I definitely don't talk to her.
Literally. I was about to say, my prime is at 6 a.m. when those doors open. I'm the one who's there. Yeah.
Mine's after I drop my kid at school, though. So the people I'm running into are typically, where I live, older people.
Older people,
questions. Even if I have earbuds in, half the time they're talking to me, asking me questions. Can they have one when there's literally 20 on the shelf and they want to take out of my cart?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I already counted this. Here, I'll grab you one down. Like,
yeah. See, that right there is exactly why 6 a.m. because all of our stores around here open at 6. I don't know what's so special about 6, but literally all of the stores, the Walmart, the grocery stores, the local stores, they all open at 6. So if we're doing clearance shopping, like after the holiday, I have a plan. Me and Jen, I don't know if we said it on the podcast, but we said it in the community, like a lot of the times we shop locally before we go to Walmart during certain times of clearance because the clearance is just better. And that's how it's been for me for the last like month and a half, I would say. Yeah. I actually haven't been to a Walmart in, I couldn't even tell you, a month, actually.
Wow.
Actually, I can tell you it was December, I think 14th, because I had to go into the office and there's a Walmart right there. And I was like, oh, let me go in. And I spent $30. Wow. So that was the last time I've been into a Walmart. Other than that, I'm getting it delivered to the house, or like we've been saying, I've been doing local clearance shopping because it's been like, I'm getting things so much cheaper. Like even these Christmas lights, my blur is on. So yeah, but like I got these at a local grocery store for $1.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to find that at Walmart. I don't even think Walmart sells the GE brand in the Christmas lights. So it's just like certain things like that. I know where to, like you said, you've been doing this for so many years. Now I know, okay, these are the stores I'm going to hit. This is usually when they drop to 90 or 75% off. Yeah. And this is when I go. I have one more store that usually around, I was going to go on Sunday because usually the last 2 weeks of January is when they drop to 80. And I like go and clear them out for Christmas lights and other stuff. So yeah, it's just about knowing when your prime time is. Because I cannot, like how Jen said, how she goes after she drops her son off. Once my kids are up, usually people around the area have started to move around. And then that's when you start having the crowds of people and all of those things. And everybody's like, oh, well, why are you around Thanksgiving time, I was selling a lot of stuffing. But I didn't want to go and buy it all at one time because a lot of times those listings tank. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go buy like a box or two, like as I sell it. Oh, well, you must be doing a lot with that. And do you have a big family? Are you donating it? Like all the questions come.
Yep.
And I'm like, this is why I'm at the store at 6 a.m. Like I cannot.
I told you my new thing is I make gift baskets. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I sell them on Amazon. They're like, wow. But then I get, how do you price them? And I was like, it depends what's in it.
It depends.
But
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just putting it in a bag and sending it to them. And that's the gift basket.
Oh my.
People ask so many questions.
They
so
really do.
Nosy.
They're so
For Halloween, we have a local store that went 90% off. And like, I bought 2 cartfuls for reselling, but I also bought a cartful to donate to our local food pantry because like they had like these boxes of the pouches of applesauce. They were $1 and there was like I think 20 or 30 in there. So it was like really good deals like that. And cereal was like 20 cents. So I was like, okay, I am going to buy all of this to resell, but I bought like I think it was a cartful and a half of stuff to donate. And like, I just felt like, okay, you know, you go to a food pantry, people who go to food pantries, obviously they need like food, but you know, sometimes you want to get something special for your kids, or sometimes you just want something like sweet, but you might not be able to afford it. And it was like Ghirardelli chocolate and like, it was like expensive stuff normally. So I'm like, now they can have like a treat to give, you know, their families or whatever. So we're not all bad. Just throwing that out there.
I don't really think anybody is. I think we're doing the most with our limited budgets.
Yes.
Yes.
And people who don't do anything and just watch from the sidelines always have something negative to say.
Yes.
Well, always a reflection of what they're not doing. And we'll like, I didn't get it. I didn't have a chance to buy it. Well, you're in freaking Texas. So it was never an opportunity. You didn't miss anything, but it's always
to leave your house. Get out of your house.
It's always the people not doing anything who will be the loudest on social media. And I also get like my stores aren't like that. You know, they're not that well, not all stores are going to be good clearance stores. And it really takes finding the right ones. It takes time. It takes driving around. So it looks like on social media that we just walked into a store and clearance is raining down on us.
Yeah.
And what you don't see is 5 years of making connections, learning, going into new stores, talking to people, figuring out when they mark down. So it's a lot of back end work that a lot of people don't see. But typically the stores around you, unless they're local stores are pretty eager to move inventory quickly. But Walmart's they're not all created equally. And you'll have some that never mark down and it'll be like 50%. I have one by me and they have 50% off Christmas until like August, September. And you're like, what is this doing here?
Yeah, because I think the managers get a little bit of control.
Yeah.
And I talked to them one time. There was one store that I was like, oh my gosh, they like marked down like office supplies and everybody else had it for $3 still. And they had it for 50 cents. And I literally did like 3 cars full of stuff from there. And they were like, oh, great. You're buying, like the manager's like, perfect. I will help you check out. Thank you for taking this. We had an oversupply. We just need it gone. And most of the time they just want it gone. I mean, because like you said, they need to move. Like my stores, the clearance down, it was weird. Like Walmart was 50%, 70%. And then I feel like it did 90 for like 1 or 2 days. And then I told you guys, I was like, hey, some of my stores are already boxing it up because they were putting out barbecue. Like they're putting out like stuff.
The summer stuff. Yeah.
I mean, yes, I guess it is barbecue season here already. Like we can do that because it's like decent out, but most of the world has got snow. So
and what's crazy is we went to Walmart yesterday and all like the winter gloves were $1. And I was like, it's still gonna be winter through March.
Yes, you guys have
here. Well, and this year's so weird that it keeps getting warm. So I'm like, every time it's warm, I'm like, that's just pushing winter back like another 2 weeks, I feel like. But yeah, I also feel like it's weird because local stores will like celebrate you for moving out like all their inventory. Where like Walmart employees are like looking at you like you're like the scum of the
Dirty.
earth.
Yes.
They're like, why are you taking all of our inventory?
I know Walgreens, the guy's like, can I help you put it in your cart? Like, feel free to take everything. And I'm like, I don't need everything, but thank you. And he's like, no, please.
Please.
You know, I don't like.
I literally hate sourcing Walgreens because their carts are so small.
So
it is like such a task to source there when you want to buy everything.
Can I tell you what I did?
You know what my secret trick is to finding tons of clearance? You walk in and do not take a cart or a basket. You walk in to just go see if there's stuff there. And I swear to God, every time I do that and I don't grab a cart, I find a whole shelf, like a whole section, and I have to go back. If I go and I'm like, let me get my cart, zero, and I'm putting that cart right back away.
I went to Ross. We just got a Ross close to me. And there's a lot of people who will be like, go to Ross. They have good deals. Maybe you could sell stuff. Well, I don't sell that stuff on Amazon, but around Christmas, I was like, let's go to Ross. So I go in, their freaking carts had that big pole.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I'm walking around, didn't find anything, and my dumb butt, for some reason, tried to leave the store with it.
Oh, no.
I almost took the wall down. I ran that thing, and then I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I looked around because I thought the cart, like TJ Maxx went in the middle section. And and I was like, I was trying to put it away out there. I thought, and they're like, just give us the cart.
Oh my God.
You're an idiot.
That's our local stores. They have this, like, if you don't go through checkout, it doesn't like unlock the wheel. So if you go to like go out the store and you didn't buy anything to put the cart, because the carts do go outside. You try to go through the door, it locks up and you're like,
really?
And
so I have to leave
you.
the cart in the middle of the store, and I hate it. So that's why I said, I'm like, I don't want to take a cart till I know I'm getting stuff, because if I don't go check out, it doesn't like click something off. And then I have to just leave my cart rogue in the store for someone to find later. Because I can't. I literally block the exit. Like I can't get it back out.
Back in the day when we were all doing sketchy stuff on some of these platforms and we were buying stuff from Ross, I had like a cart full of, actually I had 2 cartfuls of stuff. And I'm like, oh great, I'll just like I'll take this to the car, I'll drop it off. And then, you know, the whole thing, you can't leave. And I'm like, well, my kid is in here. CJ was in a baby carrier at this point. Boy. So I'm like, well, like, what am I supposed to do? And they're like, well, you can pull the car up. And like, our Ross is like sketchy. Like you probably should not leave stuff. Like you can't just leave the cart there and go get the car, you know? And so I'm like, well, what do you guys want me to do? Like, this is, and they're like, okay, take all your bags out. They literally made me take all the bags out of the cart, put it behind the counter. And then I had to take CJ and go get the car, put him in the car, pull the car up, come out, go. They were passing me the bags from over the counter. And I'm like, this could literally all be solved by you guys just letting people take the carts out of the store. And
they're small. They're not like, you know, trying to jack those carts. Like nobody wants a small cart that's going to jack the cart. They're going for the good stuff.
They're always in strip malls. So it's like, there's all these stores with carts too, and they let the carts come out. So like, what's the deal? Like, I don't know. That drives me absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. But anyway, back to clearance shopping. I don't know how we got onto carts.
Together stores is step
get
one.
Your carts together.
Step 1.
I love clearance. I've talked a lot about how it's really my primary item I look for now. You know, back on Amazon years ago, we were paying retail. You know, you'd find things retail price that you could just up the price and make some money. But I think it's a great option, low risk, small budget friendly. You know, you can test a lot of things out on Walmart. And, you know, if something doesn't sell or there's returns, it's not much of a heartbreak. I mean, it still sucks, but it sucks a lot less than when you're paying full retail.
Yeah,
for sure.
And Walmart, there is a lot of that happens. Regating, price suppression, returns. So I think clearance is probably the best way to go about Walmart. because you're not really like, married.
You're not all in.
Yeah. Not all in on one thing. You can test a lot of things out at once and see what happens. I mean, I've sent in so much clearance over the past year. So much has been just IP'd, gates, even random stuff that shouldn't be. So that's why I really do stick to clearance over there. I just don't feel secure enough to do anything else. And thank God Walmart is more than happy to get rid of their product. All these stores are. So it's kind of like a win-win, I think, for a lot of people.
Yeah. Agreed.
I know. I wish they had it more often. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like they don't. There's certain times. Like, I feel like it's always end of December, January, and then it's kind of like July or like the big pocket of clearance. And then it's just kind of scattered throughout. And there are some good like groups on Facebook and Instagram that you can follow that tell you like the schedule of when clearance should be happening. I mean, it was funny. Some of the people that I follow were like, okay, this is going to be hitting clearance, like especially at Target. Like Target really bent everybody over this year when it came to clearance.
Oh my gosh.
They did not want to mark it down. They boxed a lot of it up. It never got past like 70%.
Yeah.
I mean, I found a few things there, but like, I mean, Target used to be like, you get there on Christmas, like the day after Christmas,
and it's go.
Off and you go.
Yes.
Like, I mean, I remember before I even got into this, like doing that with my friends and my family and like, we were,
and you would be like running to always in the back for some reason. And so you're like running with the cart to the back of the store. And
they did not follow the schedule that everybody thought. And the things that like should have been marked down never got marked down.
Yes.
And I mean, all the tips and tricks just did not work out for people when it came to like Target stuff this year. But they said their sales numbers are down. And so they're literally boxing it, going to pay to store it and then put it out like next year.
What?
Well, I was told that like the grocery items, Target, not just Target, but Target, Walmart, like all the big box stores, when they liquidate to the liquidators, they can get full value on the items versus if they sell it at 90% or 70%. Yeah. So that's why they started boxing earlier and not marking down as much, because they're like, well, we can sell this to our liquidator and get full price for it.
Wow.
So I was like, that's what one of the managers told me. And I was like, wow, that's interesting.
Yes,
that's disappointing.
It'll be interesting how stores change over the next couple of years. Pre-COVID looks so much different. And then I remember those COVID years, things were sparse. Some things just never made it to the stores till like after the holiday. And then, also people weren't buying as much. I think there was this pullback after where people were like, I don't need to buy 15 Ziploc or baggy Christmas bags right now.
Yeah.
So it's also, I think, the buying habits. I really thought coming out of Christmas, like, who's going to buy? I have no money to spend on this clearance stuff, and I feel like I'm probably an average consumer looking at groceries, the price of everything, and like, okay, we don't need Ghirardelli even at 50% off. So I think it shows, even the stores are probably hurting. Not that I have any sympathy for them, but it might change, how we shop for clearance and when the clearance season hits too. So it's kind of interesting to follow. It won't be like this forever because these stores change throughout the years. They bounce back,
Yeah.
But it is interesting how things change, because I think Whatnot has also changed this dynamic a little bit, because I have a friend who is buying these pallets straight from these stores.
Yeah.
So that's also like a different avenue for stores to get rid of a lot of products. So that's, lots of changes happening.
Yeah.
I do think the bins changed a lot. Like Morgan was mentioning, like those bin stores kind of not killed clearance, but changed clearance for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and like basically what you were saying, just thinking about like the state of the economy and like inflation right now, like everything is just so like erratic and not stable. I think, like you were saying, a lot of people just don't have extra money. And even, Q4 sales, like a lot of people were like, well, my sales weren't like how they have been in previous years. And I'm like, yeah, but you got to think about it. Like, people don't have a lot of money to just go blow on, Barbies or whatever. Like, people are actually like pricing out, okay, I can get the best deal by going to Target and shopping the sale and using my cash and the coupon or whatever. So that definitely takes a toll on what we do, because obviously we're selling stuff up. But I was telling my husband that is even more reason why I like to do clearance shopping, because if we're buying something at $1, then I can go back and sell it at the regular price of $12 and make a really healthy profit on it. Now, obviously, if somebody's going to pay $40 for it, would I sell it at $40? Absolutely. But I have the option to sell it at 12.
People sometimes look at resellers buying up all the clearance and they're like, you're the bad guys. And at the end of the day, everybody's just trying to support their families.
This is also what America's built on. What do you think those stores are doing it? They're buying
capitalism
it for less and selling it for more. So why are they okay, but we're not okay? Like
let's keep some perspective on the bad guys taking medicine that costs $1 and charging kids $1,000 inhaler. Yeah. That's the bad guys. Us making that a couple thousand extra, a couple hundred extra each month.
Yeah. Being
smart, going out and putting in a ton of work, a ton of leg work to get this done is genius.
Yeah.
I think it's
literally
smart. And I also love it because so many people look at what we do and they're like, that's a scam. Great. More for me. Keep it moving.
Yep.
Yeah. And they're immediately like, that's a lot of work for what you do. It is a lot of work, but everything's a lot of work.
Everything.
Every hustle out there, even the illegal ones, a lot of work.
So it is.
Pick the work you want to do. I get to sit at home in my sweatpants and do this work.
Correct.
And I don't have to deal with any men in my space or at job. Brandon's always like, did you talk about how much you hate men today on any podcast? Because that's always what I go towards. No, I didn't, but actually I slipped that in here. It's just my safe environment that I love here, doing something that is productive. So there could be worse things. I love this. I love this hustle.
Yes, absolutely.
It's so good for people like me that are control freaks. Like, I literally can control every single
everything,
everything. And
which is a good thing or a bad thing.
I get personality. What I put into it though. And you know what I mean? Like, if you worked a regular 9 to 5 or whatever, then like you can just put so much blood, sweat, and tears, and they can just be like, well, we're cutting the department.
Right.
We don't need you anymore. Where nobody has that control. I mean, I guess Amazon and Walmart do, because they could suspend you, but like, I can pivot. Like, there's options to pivot. You're not just stuck. So.
Right. And I look at my budget, and we've been talking a lot about this in the community, and you would be surprised. No one is more efficient with their money than women. I'm looking at my budget and I was like, wow, I only had like $500 this month to invest, and I turned it into like a lot of money, doing this. And that's so amazing to me. It's amazing that we have this opportunity.
Yep.
Even though the platforms are doing their worst at some points, but I really just love seeing that we can take whatever it is every month. It doesn't even have to be thousands, and invest in not just double it, sometimes triple it. So where else can you do that? Not many places.
Yeah.
Love it.
And pretty quickly too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. This was a great call. I hope you guys enjoyed, hearing about our clearance journeys, and maybe you guys want to hear more about it, what we find, how we prep it, what we do with, things that we get and you can't take the clearance stickers off, or all of that.
I have a whole pile for when my mother-in-law comes to visit. Like, I'm not kidding. I was like, nope, I can't right now. Just put it over there. And she loves to help with that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Yep. So let us know below if you want to hear more of clearance. I bet people will enjoy this. So I'd love to hear your feedback. Yeah. Be sure to share this with your friends and like it.
Subscribe. Do all the things.
We're
award-winning.
Yep. Award-winning. Double award-winning.
Yes. Okay. Can we say this on every episode at one point?
Yes.
And people will be like, all right, wrap it up.
We get it.
All right,
Thanks
guys.
for joining
Thank
us today,
you.
guys. We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.